parents are happy of it, if your friends are happy of it, if the teacher is happy of it. Only thing that's important is that you ask yourself, do I really want it? Is this making me happy? Is this making me fulfilled? And the reason I'm telling you this is that if I see someone who's always going after what they want, no matter what society is telling them, no matter what their friends are telling them, no matter what their parents are telling them, they are still sticking to their goals. I respect them. I respect them because I know this person is not easy to be influenced. This person has a very strong opinion. This person has their own head. We automatically respect people who have their own heads, who have a lot of discipline, who go after what they want, because they make us realize, maybe they make us realize the lack of, boundaries that we have with other people. They make us realize that going to the gym and working for your dream body is more important than drinking with your friends on a Friday night. Because the one thing is sticking to who you are and who you want to become, and the other thing is getting distracted by things you are going to regret the next morning. So people who are not forgotten, they are extremely disciplined. They say into your face, I can't go and have a coffee with you right now because I'm working on my book. Sorry. Oh, I can't go out with you on Saturday night because I go to the gym. Sorry. They have boundaries and they will always pick their own schedule and their own plans first. They will not make room for anyone. They don't say, oh yeah, I wanted to go to the gym, but now you are asking me to get a coffee and I will just, do my plans different. No, this is not what they're doing. They will say to your face, maybe another time. And this will make you respect them because they are respecting themselves. They are respecting their time, their plans, and their goals. And this will automatically make you respect them. And you will want their time even more. You will crave their presence even more because you know how hard it is to get their presence. And if you do that, if you're not going to be available for everyone 24/7, people will crave your presence even more. And this is very contradicting, because people think, no, I have to give them my presence, and then they get addicted to my presence and want even more. This is not true. People want what they can have. People always want what they can't have easily. It makes them increasing your value, even subconsciously. They will see an increase in your value because they know how much you value yourself. They know you don't give yourself out easily. You don't cancel on your plans just because they ask you to go out for a coffee. You don't, neglect your own goals, neglect your fitness, neglect your health just because they are doing it. Once I was in a gym with a friend, and after the gym, she was really hungry, so she went to McDonald's. And she was like, oh, do you want something? And I was like, no, I don't eat this, I don't feel good eating fast food. My body is always bloated. I always feel sick, and, I don't like this. And when she ate this, when she was finished, she was like, I feel so bad right now. And I was like, why do you feel bad? And she was like, because your strong boundaries reminded me of my weak boundaries. Your way of saying no to this unhealthy food, despite the fact that you are even as hungry as I am right now, made me realize that I had another option. I had the option to just cook myself something healthy, but my boundaries were so weak that I just gave up and did what was the most convenient for me at that time. And I realized that's the case in a lot of times, when people who go to the same university or studying the same thing and they see that someone else is learning the whole time, they feel guilty because they realize that this person is making them realize that they are not putting into as much effort into themselves and into learning as they could. And this is when we grew resentment unconsciously. This is when we start to hate people or start to say, oh, I don't know, there's something wrong with them. Most times when we think that there's something wrong with someone else is because this someone is reminding us of either something we hate or either something we want to be. And our conscious mind don't want to deal with the fact that we are maybe jealous of them, maybe we are jealous of their discipline, maybe we are jealous of the way they carry themselves. And this is when we say, there's something wrong with them. I don't like them. No, you don't like yourself. This is why you say that you don't like them, because they remind you of the part that you don't like about yourself. Please never ever in your whole life, never be afraid to get cancelled. I know we have extremely, it's insane. Cancel culture is insane. I personally think that getting cancelled is one of the strongest things that can happen for your reputation. And if you really think about it, everyone who is really famous and really influential and really successful at one point got cancelled for something. Every politician, every celebrity, every big influencer that's really impactful had this phase in their life where they would get torn apart by everyone online, you know? And people are so scared of this. They are so scared of the opinions of others. They are so scared to be torn apart. They are so scared to be disliked. And I say to you, people who are unforgotten are not scared of this. In fact, they even try to make this happen, maybe even subconsciously, because they know if you evoke strong feelings in other humans, you become more and more powerful. And maybe you will get hated by them, and maybe you will get cancelled by them or disliked by them, but you will never be forgotten. And if you ever reach this point where you have a name and people remember your name and you are being talked about, whether it's good or bad, if you ever reach that point, from this point, you can recreate yourself all the time. People who are unforgettable are not afraid of change. They are not afraid to let go of what's no longer serving them. They are not afraid to cut ties. They are not afraid to change their jobs. They are not afraid to move out. They are not afraid to lose their friends. They are not afraid of change. Being afraid of change subconsciously means that you are afraid that this is the best that you can get. I can't lose this job. I will never find a better job. I can't lose this friend who's disrespecting me because I will never find friends again. I can't leave this relationship because no one is ever going to love me again. This is what happens when you are afraid of change. You think this is the best that it can ever get. But people who are unforgettable, they are not afraid to walk away. They are not afraid to say, okay, this thing served me, it's no longer serving me. In fact, it's damaging me and I am walking away right now. Because I know the universe is abundant. I will always find my people, I will always attract money, I will always find the right opportunities because I believe in abundance. People who are unforgettable always believe in abundance. An abundance of attention, an abundance of financial questions, an abundance of friends, of romance, of everything. They know the world is abundant. People who think that there's always a lack of something, these are the people who are stuck with things that they are no longer happy with. They are stuck to friends they have outgrown for a long time, stuck with jobs that make them feel horrible because they do not believe in abundance. They do not believe that if they leave that thing behind, there's something so much better waiting for them. And the last thing is, you are not afraid to stand out. You are not afraid to be alone. My whole life when I was a child,